As we begin exploring delegating our stakeholder relationships, let's start off by understanding why we're sometimes not so great at it and the costs when we don't do it. Let's recognise from the start that it is hard. You've worked hard to become the influential leader you are and created some success, and it's hard to accept that sometimes you can then become a blocker to fast movement. It's nice having everyone depending on you, but it slows everything down. And it's not always easy to know what to do about it. It's not easy to see who you can trust with the bigger issues from your team. And let's be honest, sometimes it's hard to step back and let others get praise for the work that you've been working on for so long. And of course, you're really busy and it takes longer to teach someone else what to do and all the ramifications than it does just to do it yourself. And when you're so busy, it's quicker just to do it yourself. Of course, that's self-defeating in the long term, but understandable in the short term. So let's pay attention to the costs of giving in to that immediacy. And they're significant. First of all, by not delegating your relationships, your stakeholder relationships, you are putting a limitation on your own personal success. You're putting an upper limit of what's possible, and that only increases with each collaborator you empower. Likewise, your power decreases with every relationship you unnecessarily hold on to. The second cost is a disengaged team. The facets of high engagement are well known. They are relationships, autonomy, mastery, and purpose. And as you think about it, all four of these things will be undermined when you're not trusting team members with relationships. And of course, they're all supported when you do. The third cost, of course, with all this is personal stress. As your accountability goes up, unless you learn to delegate, then each extra responsibility takes extra time and extra effort. And so your balance goes out the window. And with that comes frustrated stakeholders. When you're overcommitted, you inevitably become less available, and then communication suffers and mistakes creep in, leading to poor relationships and low trust and potentially poor decisions. And all of these things are not the big cost. All of these things lead to the big cost, which is delays, where your project is held up. Now, all of these things are a direct result of not being able to delegate stakeholder relationships. So what are we going to do about it? Well, we're going to explore that together. To finish this video, let's just quickly notice the opposite of those costs. When we delegate relationships, we take off that upper limit on our own personal success, because we now have time to invest in ourselves, not just invest in doing the stuff. Your teams become engaged and they build up their own strengths, which of course is all part and parcel of your success. And so your stress levels go down, and so you become more available to the key moments when you absolutely are essential to be involved. And all of that removes those delays, and we can deliver our projects on time. We're going to explore how to do that. At the end of this video, why don't you try the quiz and see how you're doing now, and then we'll revisit the results of that later in this course.